Welcome back to the channel. It's WWF Backlash 1999 Part 2, or as our French friends say, Part 2. Hey, it's Scott Barrett. Welcome back to the channel. And this is the burning truth. And I am hosting once again with my partner in crime, a man who there is no backlash for. It's Matt Burns, everybody. You're clapping yourself.
Love the intro. No, I was loving the intro. I was clapping your introduction.
Okay. How are you, Matt? You okay?
I'm all good. I will say, bit of a hot week, isn't it, so far?
Yeah, it's warming up a bit in the UK, wherever you're watching this. Hopefully it's warming up for you too. Monday night, we started watching WWF Backlash 1999. And I'm going to apologize now for everyone who's been watching that because I was not having a very good day, not feeling too well, a little bit tired. I think I actually started nodding off on the stream, which isn't, how I'd normally like to play things. So we decided to cut it halfway. So we stopped at, where's the clock? 1 hour and 25 minutes, just in the center, just there, the clock. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch the second half of WWF Backlash 1999. And we're going to watch from 1 hour, 25 minutes, which I think will be really cool.
Yeah, it is. But before we move on to that, how are you, Scott? Genuinely. Because like you said, you weren't feeling great. You weren't feeling well. And I got your message to me, sister, saying, I don't feel right. And I thought to myself, not a problem. Health comes first.
Health comes first, yeah. So, yeah, I'm okay, mate. Lost a bit of weight this week, which is good. I'm on the energy drink now, sugar-free, just to help me through the night. I've got some sweets and some... I say sweets. I've got some snacks and things to keep me going. I've ordered some tea, so this is my cheat night tonight now on the old weight loss plan. So we can have a good time enjoying some classic wrestling. And my favorite WrestleMania of all time is WrestleMania 15, and this is the event Backlash 1999 that comes straight after this. Like, this is peak my fandom. So I've been loving watching these.
So basically, in a way, you're sort of saying that the next event had a bit of a backlash from your favourite.
Hey, I like that, Matt Burns. Well done. Yeah, so really, really enjoying it. And I think as we paused on Monday, we were about to see X-Pac's entrance. That was about right?
Yes, it is about right. But before we get onto it, we need to do one thing first. We need to know how it works.
Yeah, how does a watch long work, Matt Burns?
Dead easy. Get Backlash 1999 ready on Peacock, Netflix, DVD, or however you want to watch. Now, we'd normally say cue it at the very start, but not in this case. Cue it up to the exact clock right there.
1 hour, 25 minutes.
And when we count down, 3, 2, 1, play. Hit play at the same time as us. From there, we will guide you through every match with live reactions, insights, and some classic wrestling trivia, and who knows, even some recent knowledge from our current escapades.
Oh, yeah, we want to talk about last weekend. Absolutely, we do. If you're ready then, Matt Burns, I think it's time that we say
3,
2, 1, play. And we are off. And here comes X-Pac. Make sure the sound's right on my side. What I don't want to do is overpower you with the sound, otherwise I won't be able to hear those Matt facts. Here he comes, X-Pac, currently one half of the tag team champions, and we talked about this on Monday. This happened way sooner than I thought it did.
Yeah.
So after WrestleMania, Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart were still the tag champs, and they lost the tag titles to X-Pac and Kane in between Mania 15 and Backlash 99, which, again, the first Backlash, but I didn't realize that had happened in this time frame. I knew it happened in 99, but I didn't realize it happened so quickly. And I think that's the most Vince Russo thing they could have done with the tag titles at this time, really.
Well, the funny thing about it is, like I said, you said it's your favorite WrestleMania and everything. Well, what a fitting pay-per-view name to name straight after.
Yeah, 1000%.
And I will say, interesting dynamic this is.
Oh, 1000%. Yeah, X-Pac and Kane, classic 1999 WWF. We all remember the talk of Kane in the green outfit that never was true, but there were certainly rumors about it.
Do you know what I just realised? How weird is Triple H's corporate theme music?
Yeah, because this is before.
Yeah. My job.
Shiner, flanking Triple H. I'm loving it already, Matt Burns. Do you know what? I wasn't in a great place on Monday for this, but tonight I am rip-roaring and ready to go for Backlash 99. And we've got the 3 biggest matches on the card as well, starting with this one. So at WrestleMania, give a bit of background. Here we go, yeah. At WrestleMania, China turned on Kane to join back with DX, Triple H, X-Pac, and the New Age Outlaws. And then later in the night, it was a double swerve because Triple H then turned his back, turning on X-Pac, helping Shane McMahon retain the European title against X-Pac. And that was Triple H and China turning against DX. So it wasn't necessarily that China had rejoined DX. It was that Triple H had joined the corporation and kicked Kane out, which was this is the start of Triple H's ascent.
Yeah, his rise to power. And the weird thing about it is, when you look back at Triple H, right, compared to then and now, at this time right now, do you think he's sitting there thinking he's going to be in charge of running the business, and then on top of that also being inducted into the Hall of Fame?
No, absolutely not. 2-time Hall of Famer. But no, at this point, he just wants to be the main event. He wants to be the champ. That is every wrestler's dream, right?
Yep.
And at this point, having a relationship with Stephanie McMahon's not even on the cards. He's still seeing China at this time, as far as I know.
Yes.
And in fact, a lot of people don't know this and think it happened beforehand, but Triple H didn't actually start seeing Stephanie until much, much later. In fact, it wasn't even the storyline had already started by the time Triple H and Stephanie started seeing each other. It was a storyline. It was a storyline that became reality rather than the other way around.
It's weird because they had to work together so much, but then it was sort of a little bit later on. And the funny thing about it is, some people were against it, some people weren't. But then again, look at it now.
I'm dressed for it tonight, by the way. Got my Austin 316 Venom t-shirt, one of the classics. And if you love a good wrestling t-shirt, look no further than theburningtruthuk.com. We've got loads on there at the minute. We've got Matt Burns DFTBA, don't forget to be awesome. We've got my 2 Thumbs Excelsior t-shirt. We've got the It's Stiffy Time t-shirt, inspired by Tiffany Stratton and her It's Tiffy Time catchphrase. Ours says it's Stiffy Time because that's what happens to Matt Burns' pants when Tiffany Stratton comes on the TV. Got loads of good stuff on there. You find your fit at theburningtruthuk.com and hit that merchandise page. Thanks for listening. Triple H taking it to X-Pac here outside the ring. Massive height and weight advantage on Triple H.
I mean, on X-Pac.
For Triple H. I mean, sorry.
Yeah. The weird thing about it is an advantage, but if you look at it right now, as much as everyone can sit there and say, "Oh, X-Pac is so small, he can't fight back. He shouldn't be beating up Triple H." It doesn't matter how big you are. Bear in mind that Triple H might be a big guy. X-Pac's got those martial arts kicks. Case in point.
Yeah, and X-Pac was the standard bearer at this point. If you could make it in the ring with the kid, you were okay. He was he was a measuring stick at this time. Also, can I just say that, and we haven't done this on Do the Top 3 yet, Matt Burns, but it might come one day. For those that don't know. We do the top 3 on the regular podcast every week. And if I was to ask you, Matt Baines, your top 3 wrestling gears, for me, X-Pac, the green one, absolutely should go in there. I think it's a phenomenal and really underrated gear. Yeah, I think it's really underrated. As X-Pac missed the Bronco Buster.
It's definitely a classic.
Any others that jump to mind when you think about wrestling gear? I quite like Jeff Jarrett's Dick Dancer outfit with the things.
Oh, yeah. The classics.
Kane's another good one. Kane hasn't had a bad outfit, I don't think.
Nope. Wait, whoa. There was one, but it wasn't televised.
With the cape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Undertaker's had some cool attires. Triple H, some really cool attires over time.
Triple H has
Michaels. Oh, Michaels, man.
Michaels is a good one.
When he was wearing the tights than the baggy trousers. I wasn't as much of a fan as the baggy trousers. But Michaels also one of the worst gear. We've seen him in the brown ones at Survivor Series on a watch along we did not so long ago. Survivor Series 2002. You can catch that in the archives at YouTube/The Burning Truth UK. Yeah. Burning Truth 252. Yep.
You got it. One thing I will say is
it's The Burning Truth and look for the championship belt and we're there. Or click the link below. If you subscribe to the channel and you're helping us get to 1,000 subscribers, which is the goal in life, then you can find it on our page just there. But make sure you subscribe and like it because let's be fair, it's free to do.
Yeah, exactly. And the one thing I will say is Rey Mysterio's also has some unique.
Oh, Rey Mysterio is a good shout. Absolutely.
Well, you know you're doing good gear when you've got Disney actually saying cease and desist, please.
Rob Van Dam had some lovely singlets that he had airbrushed. Oh. Let me tell you what else is it. Would you like me to give you the rest of my top 3?
Go on.
Okay, so my top 3 wrestling gears, right? So number 3 is this X-Pac attire. I think it's really nice. Big fan of that. Number 2, Triple H in a front face lock here on X-Pac.
Guillotine, a bit, almost guillotine-like.
Yeah, almost. Is it guillotine or guillotine?
It could be guillotine. It's just meant to be like it.
Depends where you're from, mate. I think in the US they call it guillotine.
Guillotine.
Good God, it's a guillotine. My God, anywhere in the world.
Tomato.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's call the whole thing off.
My number 2, and this might be controversial, but it's my number 2. I like Becky Lynch's Kill Bill outfit. The black with the yellow stripe.
The weird thing about it is, I can see why.
It's simple, but it's really cool. Big fan of that.
Yeah.
And my number 1 is and this is a classic, and it's been, you can see an inspiration for it on WWE TV right now, is that classic 90s Owen Hart Danger gear that Matt Baines, you know something about ripping that off as well, yeah?
You nicked my number 1.
Yeah, same number 1. Listen, if it means something to you, it means something to you.
Same number 1. It was effective. It got the message. He meant business.
Yeah. He's not a nugget.
Definitely.
Big knee drops from Triple H.
I'm going to go.
Many knee drops in this day and age, you know.
No, you don't. You don't.
Go on then, what's your top 3, Matt Baines?
Does it also include entrance gear, or is it just for wrestling?
Yeah, sorry, entrance gear as well. Why not? Do the full thing.
It's got to be a Flair. Got to go with Ric Flair.
Like that. It's a good shout.
And a very direct one with Ric
Flair.
Flair.
Here, Matt Baines.
Whenever he's wearing his blue trunks.
Blue. With the blue robe.
You know,
I liked the one he wore when he was in Evolution quite a lot, the robe, which was like, it was like gold and orange.
Yeah.
like as he was getting on in his career. I don't know if he wore it when in his earlier career. I can't say as I've watched every Ric Flair match as much as I like.
Yes, he didn't wear it that way, but he did have a similar style.
Yeah, but the one he had during the Evolution run was really, really nice.
That the weird thing about it is that was more unique because as much as you can sit there saying he's Flair, he actually had less Flair on that jacket.
Yeah,
but it stood out more.
Yeah.
And an X-Pac's got to be on there.
So we definitely have Damian Priest on there now.
Who? No, definitely not.
It was a joke. I think he looks ridiculous.
No, but that's just for the men's side. Now, technically...
Oh, you want to do a separate one for the women? Oh, my.
So what I'm doing for you is you've got to rethink of your number 2.
Well, no, X-Pac gets pushed up to 2. And my number 3 becomes... you know what? It's simple but effective, right? Almost feels like a cop-out. But the Macho Man Randy Savage, pink trunks.
No. Say no more.
Yellow boots. It's like it's classic, isn't it?
No. Say no more. It's classic for a reason. It's iconic for a reason.
And it gets homaged by CM Punk. And I could almost put CM Punk's version of that gear into the same bracket. Yeah. Because I think it's just as cool. Like I love that color mix. In fact, it's something that I've been thinking about doing myself in the future. You never know.
Oh, I like that. I like
Triple H now wailing on X-Pac as he hangs off the apron.
Ooh.
It's just really simple heel stuff, but it works so well.
Sometimes you don't need, less is more. But anyway, now that we've done the men's side, women's.
Oh, let me have a think of the women's. So Becky Lynch becomes top one for me because I really like that Kill Bill sort of yellow stripe. I really liked Sable's outfit when she had the handprints.
I can imagine.
No, seriously though, let's have a proper think about gear. Ivory in the Right to Censor costume because it was completely different to what all the other divas and women in the wrestling were doing at the time. So she went for a long suit, a tie, and trousers where everyone else was wearing and trying to get the things out. This is a time when we had Miss Kitty, the cat knocking about, for example.
Okay.
So that because it was so different for the time.
Yeah.
And my number 1, my number 3 rather, because I'm getting backwards for this one, aren't I? Because I've already given my number 1. My number 3. Oh, it's got to be Mighty Molly for me. Mighty Molly's a great shout.
Okay. I'm going to have to go. Number 3.
Yeah.
And it's actually a modern star.
Ooh.
Simply because they've always I'm putting all of the costumes in because
I know where you're going here. Go on.
Go on.
No, go. I know where you're going here.
Now, who do you think?
I want to hear it. I want to hear you say the words. Hold on. Tell you what I'll do. Let me get a pen.
I get the feeling it's out of 1 or 2 people you're thinking it is. The question
I've written it down so I can show you when you say
the uniqueness, and because I am a fan of this sort of genre,
of
their outfits. It is the current United States champion, women's champion. What? Selena, yeah. You've got it. You've got it.
Zelina Vega, baby. Yeah, I thought I got that.
Would you like to know?
As soon as you said all the outfits, I was like, oh, this is Zelina Vega then.
Wait. No. It was close.
Yeah.
Because there's another one who has different outfits. And the only it is also a modern star.
Yeah.
Who she just took the title off.
Oh, not Tiffany.
Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green.
Because she's always put her own spin on an outfit. Bear in mind that when she was in TNA, she even wrestled in a wedding dress.
How do we feel about the title change, Matt Burns?
I'll get to that as soon as I finish. Because I feel as though that could have some controversy.
Okay.
To some people. I am going to go with number 2.
Yeah.
Because it was always time to rock and roll.
Whoa.
Trish Stratus. Definitely. And number 1.
So number 1 best dressed woman for you is?
You've already said it. You're number 1.
Oh, so yeah. You know what? I really like that Becky Lynch outfit with the Kill Bill one with the yellow at the sides. I do genuinely. Yeah, so we've done some impromptu top 3s there, Matt Burns. Like it's an the podcast.
Yeah, but anyway,
now we can just bury something alive. We smashed it.
Exactly.
Maybe we should bury alive Zelina Vega's title run.
Ooh. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see from the backlash it gets. Oh wait, we're already watching backlash.
Oh, nasty drop kick Mark Chioda just took from X-Pac from inside of the ring to out. Oh, I hope they show a replay of that. That was iconic.
Oh, I felt that.
I mean, JL's calling it a baseball slide, but it's a full-on drop kick, I thought.
Well, no, that was a full-on basement drop kick.
X Factor. And here comes the near fall with no ref.
Now, to go back onto the subject that you wanted me to discuss.
Yeah.
The change.
Oh, the title change. Yeah, so this is Zelina Vega defeating Chelsea Green for the United States Championship on SmackDown this week as China gives X-Pac the final cut.
Reverse DDT.
Low blow. And pulls Triple H over. There's still no ref. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Now, if this was Jeff Hardy, he'd be dancing on the way to the ring. I'm never going to let that go. In fact,
no one is.
Next time I do a run-in, that's what I'm doing.
Great, that's going to be on me. But anyway, can you imagine right now if you were one of the individuals in the ring and you using the lights to go out? 9 out of 10 times you were sitting there thinking, it's either Kane or Undertaker. Which one is it? Which one is it? Which one is it?
And you just think about like how, and he does look scary coming to the ring in this time frame as well, doesn't he, Kane? He's very menacing. Like I think I'd genuinely be scared.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, Kane's not happy with China. Got her by the throat. Triple H makes the save. And now Kane gets Triple H by the throat.
He's goozled him, and see you later.
Yeah. Big choke slam to Triple H. And now I think China's going to get what she deserves too. I mean, she's wearing less than Rhea Ripley right now, China. Choke slam to China.
Please tell me you didn't. I did not just hear that on the commentary.
Kane just drilled China.
No, did you not hear good old JR?
No, what did he say?
Feel like a man.
Oh, yeah. Kane's going to get X-Pac disqualified here.
Careful.
Ooh, no, he's setting him up for double Broncos.
Couldn't say that these days. Oh, look, John Cena just popped in. Yeah, you got that. You got that reference.
And now Triple H and China are in the corners, and X-Pac's got his signature loaded up. And Mike Chioda gets in the ring. Who's he going to Bronco first?
Well, this has got to be the deciding factor.
It's the Bronco on Triple H. Boom, Bronco on China. And I mean, he came in quite hard then on a chin. Oh, Triple H is up into the pedigree.
I thought he only did one night in China.
It's the pedigree there for the 3 count. And that's the Triple H win. Big win on a pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah.
For Triple H, leading into this new corporation era. Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Triple H.
If you could reboot, start again, one like undercard wrestler from 1999 and bring him into present day, who would it be and why would it be X-Pac?
Ooh.
I mean, X-Pac's incredible, right? Just think about him in today's day and age. Like, imagine Finn Balor versus prime X-Pac. AJ Styles versus prime X-Pac. That's madness, isn't it, to think about?
Yeah.
Beautiful pedigree. Keeps the arms
clean.
And X-Pac doesn't do that stupid put one knee down thing. Really good. Really, really, really good. Oh.
The world's most dangerous man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
so what else happened this week in wrestling, Matt Burns, that you want to talk about? Anything else that's burning?
Well, at the moment, we keep skipping that topic that we've been trying to get onto for quite a bit.
Ah, yes, let's do that. So, weekend of wrestling locally in the UK this weekend. We had a couple of great nights, Friday and Saturday nights with United Wrestling Live. We did Friday night. We both worked in Abbey Alton, Stoke-on-Trent in the Midlands for United Wrestling. Both had some incredible matches. I know that you wrestled in the finals of a tournament, right?
Yep.
Got a big win there against Gavin Roach, friend of the channel, who we've had on as an interview previously. And he also did some predictions, actually.
He did, but he keeps complaining about knuckle dusters. I don't know what he's on about.
Listen, mate, we both know that you're a bit of a bugger for that. Let's not lie.
Listen, I wasn't holding them at the time. The referee had them.
That seems like a cop-out, and I think you know it.
No idea what you're on about.
As the ministry's music starts. And I had a fabulous match against a behemoth of a man, Jerry Jarvis, which was really good. We had a good time there as the Undertaker starts to come to the ring with Paul Bearer. Again, for anybody watching at home or listening at home, we're currently at WWF Backlash 1999. We're currently at 1 hour, 49 minutes and 27, 28, 29 seconds.
30.
So you can keep up with us. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so good win over Jerry Jarvis. I know you worked Gavin Roach in that final and got a win. And then on Saturday night, we were still with United Wrestling Live and moved on to Colwyn Bay, North Wales. We had a really good night on the Saturday there. I know you had a really hard-fought match against one Richard Lees, who runs the promotion, United Wrestling Live. I was the guest host for the night. I had mic duties, so I had a really good night. Do you know what? 3 hours of announcing, Matt Burns, genuinely harder than wrestling.
Takes out of you, doesn't it?
Absolutely shattered, mate. By the end of it, I was ready for bed when I got home. Anyway, after that long drive back from North Wales,
I can imagine, and I bet you had a bit of dry mouth as well because you're sitting there thinking, water.
Yeah, 1,000. Yeah, absolutely. I had a can of pop. But there was a bar on as well, which is really good. We're at Arias Park. Right, so we've got now here, Matt Bean, we've got the Undertaker and Ken Shamrock in the ring, right? Undertaker currently leading the Ministry of Darkness. We're going down this dark path. He's promised to take over the WWF and It's all about Vince McMahon. And last month at WrestleMania 15, we made a symbol by hanging the Big Boss Man. And now we're taking on another member of the corporation, one Ken Shamrock. So this story is progressing. You know, they fumbled this at the end, didn't they, with the higher power. But somebody may or may not have booked this or rebooked this. I think better than the original. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure they did because if I'm not mistaken, a certain alarm went off for it.
Absolutely. The banger alarm went off when I rebooked this. You can go back and find it in the archives. But also, I wrote it in blog form for the website. So you can get that on the burningtruthuk.com, the blog of my rebook of the Ministry of Darkness. And yeah, I think it's a lot better. So you can have a read of that at your leisure. Again, burningtruthuk.com.
Definitely want to check out because it was weird. Like you said, it did fizzle out. The idea was of it.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I think it was because original plans didn't go accordingly.
Oh, big lariat by the Undertaker. Got some air there, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
We're also going to debut our new series soon, Matt Burns. We've been talking about it, haven't we? The What If series. And What If is basically a series where we, similar to the Marvel series of the same ilk, where we take an idea from wrestling or we take a moment in time from wrestling and we what if that happened slightly differently? What would have happened? And me and Matt Burns will both give our takes on how we think that would have played out differently from the moment. So it could be something as simple as, what if Shawn Michaels left the WWF at Survivor Series and not Bret Hart?
Oh,
yeah. What if Owen Hart had never sadly passed away?
What if The Undertaker never had the Undertaker gimmick?
Yeah, exactly. All those things. Absolutely all those things. So loads for us to get into there. And that series will be starting in the next few weeks on the channel. So again, if you're interested in that sort of thing, rebookings, what ifs, reimaginings, things like that, make sure you subscribe. Help us get to that 1,000 subscribers below. Give us a like as well. It's free to do. It's free, guys. May as well. And we'll love you forever.
You can't complain at the content that we do hanging out because the thing is, how much does it cost for the content to come
free
out?
To do, man. It's free to subscribe. It's free to like. So and share as well. That's really important. If you can do those three things for us, again, we'll love you forever. We're just here, loving wrestling, trying to have a good time. Exactly,
and that's what it's always been about. It's building a wrestling community.
Absolutely. Get your thoughts in the live chat if you're watching along with us. Interested in what you think about The Undertaker versus Ken Shamrock, Backlash 1999.
The Dead Man versus...
Rep watch Matt Burns, who's that?
I'm just having a look. Because Earl Hebner.
Yeah, that's good old Earl Hebner.
For a minute now, I thought you were going to say his brother. I thought you were going to say no, it's not him, it's his brother.
No, it's not Brian. It's not Brian Hebner. No, Brian was his son once. Dave Hebner was his brother.
Yeah, I was expecting to say, nope, it's Dave Hebner. I'm like, no!
No, Dave Hebner stopped reffing early 90s, actually, not long after the main event and the whole twin referee gimmick.
Probably because you got thrown out of the ring with such velocity.
Did a lot of other stuff for the company, and I think Earl loved it, to be fair. And yeah, it was sad to see Earl Hebner go when he did, or whatever controversy around selling merchandise, etc., that happened.
Yeah.
And Shamrock rolls over, rolls him up, and then into a leg lock. Very nice.
Clean knee bar.
Undertaker's loving that. And I love this ministry style Undertaker. Genuinely, I do. It's really clever. And this is before the Undertaker starts doing some of these MMA things that he was doing. So this style that Shamrock's wrestling, him and Undertaker probably would have had a really good match not 5 years later than this.
That's what I'm saying. Could you imagine it now?
Yeah, 5 years on, I think, roughly, is when Undertaker started messing about with his MMA stuff. And I just think, the match that they could have had at that point would have been fabulous. Not that this isn't a good match. It's just Ken Shamrock's very green here, and The Undertaker is still wrestling very much a powerhouse gimmick at this point, anti-brawl / powerhouse.
But at the same time, I know a lot of people sit there saying, well, isn't he meant to be mystic and forceful and everything? But Taker still managed to make it look compelling.
The Undertaker was evolving at this point, wasn't
he? He was always evolving.
So I think in 12 months, he'll be back as the American Badass as well. It's crazy, isn't it? We go from classic Undertaker to Ministry of Darkness to American Badass in 3 years. Well, in 2 years, really.
Yeah, it is. It is, and you sit back and you're just like, really? No.
Shamrock in another submission on the Undertaker, keeping him off his base.
Yeah.
But the Undertaker's powerful, man. Shamrock, is he one of the biggest what-ifs in wrestling?
It's a little bit of a tough one to say.
Is it? Is it really? I don't think it's tough to say. I think, Shamrock's another one that if he'd come along maybe 5, 6 years later.
I still don't think he would have.
I do. I genuinely
don't.
If you put him in with Kurt Angle, Benoit.
No, he'd be great wrestling them. Yeah. He just wouldn't be able to stay around long enough to pass the wellness policy.
This is also true.
That's the downside.
Hip toss, reversed, and into another knee bar. On the other leg.
He's probably screaming, he's going, grab the other leg.
But that was the thing. With he's doing the right thing here because he's trying to get Shamrock over.
Yeah.
And he's doing a bloody good job of it. Shamrock looks really good in this match. Again, if you're listening along with us, we are coming up to 1 hour, 58 minutes and 10, 11, 12 seconds, wherever you're watching. If you do want to watch longer, if you don't, that's fine too. We're just watching Undertaker versus Shamrock from Backlash 99. And I believe there's only this and one more match on this card. After this, It's time for Rock Austin, which is what we're all waiting for. You know what I mean?
Always.
Oh, big right hand from Shamrock there. Now coming out of the ring to the Undertaker, gives him a kick in the back of the leg. Really working on those knees. Shamrock putting his ankle on the steel steps, stamping on it. Very nice. Very nice. And do you know what? Underrated pay-per-view this. Genuinely, I'm going to ignore what the fan said. Underrated pay-per-view this overall, because we've watched, the majority of it now, Matt Burns, between this and the last stream. With 1.5 matches to go. Totally underrated pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I think a lot of what happened during the Vince Russo era is poo-pooed on. And rightly so in places, because things are car crash TV, forgotten really quickly. Continuity is not a thing. But WrestleMania, I think they got the main event right, and I think they got the finish right. Even though it was overbooked, it was of the time. And this show, in its entirety, has been pretty strong.
The weird thing about it is, as much as I know Vince Russo gets a lot of crap and everything, but the thing is, you've got to take into account: is he getting it because of at the time, or is he getting it because of what come after?
Yeah. Now listen,
and bear this in mind: I wasn't the biggest fan after certain things that happened.
Yeah.
Right. But you've got to at least acknowledge he had some involvement during the good times during this. You have to.
Yeah. Listen, outside of the armbar's in, that's his finish. Outside of the the 6-man tag that started the match, that started the show, the six-man tag with the Brood and the Ministry. Yeah, he's finishing with the ankle lock. I misspoke there, sorry. Outside of that six-man tag that opened the show, I think every match has been really good. I think the Boiler Room Brawl was probably a letdown for those in the audience, but
and the hardcore match.
Yeah, and the hardcore match, to be fair, but it was really good TV viewing. You know, watching at home, you wouldn't have been mad about that at all.
No. The weird thing about it is, but like I said, it all depends on when you look at it with the whole situation with Vince Russo.
Yeah.
Anybody can sit there and throw out the accusation, but the difference is Vince Russo at this time was going through a filter.
Yeah, 100%.
So bear in mind, later when he was in WCW, he wasn't filtered.
Yeah.
So it was more or less of throwing out whatever was there and seeing what sticks, which doesn't exactly always work.
Undertaker out of the ring again. Shamrock coming over and tries an axe handle. Gets caught by the Undertaker in a bear hug and then straight into that corner post. Back first into the ring post. Oof.
Now,
earlier, solid steel.
Earlier, you asked me about the whole Selena Vega.
Yes, I did, yeah. Selena Vega beat
Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green. Now, too soon.
You think they cut the legs out from her too soon?
Way too soon.
You think she'll win it back?
From what's been put out on X, people are actually speculating on if Chelsea Green's going to be resigning.
I just think that's ridiculous because they've built an entire gimmick around this title reign. Like, yeah,
this is what I'm on about.
Waiting for Alba Fire and Piper Niven, who've pretty much found they were floundering beforehand and pretty much found their feet with her.
And now, I feel it's done them a disservice or hervice, simply because the reason why I think it is simply because, bear in mind, come to WrestleMania. Yeah, she's done really well. Not on WrestleMania.
Yeah, not good. Well,
not even well enough
on WrestleMania, but not even in a
pre-show, a mention
with a celebrity or something. Do you know what I mean? Something. I'm sure some kind of skit with a celebrity. It's WrestleMania after all. We have celebrities on, or a past wrestling. Some sort of skit would have gone down really well with Chelsea Green.
Yeah, they could have used it, but they didn't.
Did they have any females go in the Hall of Fame this time?
I believe they should have done.
I don't think
you got me now wondering. Now
I don't think they did this year, actually.
Just looking into it now.
Just give me 2 seconds, Matt Baines.
Not a problem. Just trying to remember. I believe it. Yes, there was Michelle McCool. There we go. Got one. But anyway, let's get back to our backlash. We've got Taker in deep trouble. Shamrock is pretty much all over this with the knee bar and everything.
Did we get an answer on that, Matt Baines?
Yes, we did. Michelle McCool.
Oh, right, Michelle McCool. So they could have done something with Michelle McCool and Chelsea Green this year. Like, it didn't have to be a match. It could have literally been a skit. It could have been something in the ring where Michelle McCool comes out to announce the attendance for night 2, and Chelsea Green comes out and says, I can't believe you're on the show and I'm not. You're past it, etc. And then Chelsea Green gets smacked around by Michelle McCool, and that's a good time, right? Maybe the secret Hervies come and help her, and we've booked Layla, and Layla and Michelle McCool do them over, and that's a nice moment for the show, right? I've just rebooked WrestleMania, and it was better than what we got.
What you just rebooked is the Austin coming out on ATV, taking out a fan.
Yeah. I've corrected that as well. Of course, corrected WrestleMania, and I've saved no insurance premiums. I mean, let's talk about that for a second. Austin had a drink, hadn't he? Because he couldn't even find the ramp on the way up, let alone once he was there.
Now, the actual fact that he's been pulled early for Chelsea Green, I feel as though, what, not clicking?
I think it was clicking.
It was. Was it just to try and get a cheap plug for Selena Vega?
I'll tell you what I do like, though. I do like that now we've got Piper Niven and Alba Fire sort of together as some sort of team. If Chelsea Green does leave WWE, I would hope they would continue.
I hope they do.
That'd be a nice tag reign. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. If they don't, then you've just done not just disservice to one person, you've done a disservice to 3.
If they don't, it's a missed opportunity because I think they should do that anyway. Can you imagine Chelsea Green as US champ and them two as tag champs? Oh, great chop block there. You don't see many front chop blocks there. Ken Shamrock taking down The Undertaker. And I'm telling you, The Undertaker is making Ken Shamrock look really strong here when he doesn't have to. Hurricane Runner to The Undertaker.
Oh, on box. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Undertaker put Shamrock down. Sorry if I'm getting quiet from time to time, mate. I have just got myself a pizza.
Don't blame you. Don't blame you at all.
This is my tea.
Now,
or dinner from anyone that isn't from the north of England.
Yep. Now, the weird thing about it is, for me, right now, where did it go for Chelsea Green?
What do you mean? Where do they go next with it?
Where do we go next? If she isn't, do we put the title back onto it?
You would hope so. As Bradshaw comes to interfere with a baseball bat.
Causes enough of a distraction, is it?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that was lovely. Choke slam into the armbar.
A flying armbar.
Paul Bearer then distracted Ken Shamrock. Do you know what that reminded me of? Do you know we always think about the choke slam into the RKO counter?
Ooh.
From WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That was a better counter.
Because it sent straight into a submission.
That was lovely. It was really clean.
That transition well.
The transition from the, oh my God.
Oh no.
The transition from the choke slam into the armbar. And then, I mean, that was really nice there. Shamrock tried to tombstone the Undertaker. And that classic back roll into his own tombstone. And the Undertaker, I think JR summed it up perfectly there. The Undertaker wins the war. And it was a bit of, the Undertaker looks really strong there because of how good he made Ken Shamrock look.
Yeah.
That's that classic thing about making your opponent look really good, and it'll make you look really good if you go over.
But at the same time, bear in mind, he made Shamrock look more of a serious threat. The fact that Taker needed Bradshaw with a baseball bat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Finish him.
Bradshaw getting in now for Ken Shamrock.
Now, these two are hard hitters.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, these two would stick it in.
Ooh.
Oh, big power bomb.
Almost paid homage to that.
Yeah.
Over the weekend. Ooh. That's something you don't see every day.
Choking him with the baseball bat.
Yeah.
Dastardly.
Evil.
But if you're going to choke out an MMA expert, you've got to do it with a weapon, otherwise it doesn't look legit, right?
Well, he's more like the county. He's more like the county. At least, you can bend a limb. You can't bend a baseball bat.
Again, if you're watching along with us and you're not sure where we are, clock just here in the corner, or in the center of the screen, rather, shows that we're currently watching. I mean, I think me and Matt Baines are both watching on Netflix, but we're currently at the 2-hour mark, 11 minutes and 16, 17, 18 seconds. Or you can just listen to us, watch it, and talk along. We're talking about lots of stuff, not just Backlash 99, but other shows as well. And we've got the hype package coming on now for Austin versus The Rock. The rematch for the WWF Championship.
Yeah. The wrestling highlights.
Austin doesn't like the belt. He wants that smoking skull belt. The Rock holding that belt. And it's funny, isn't it? Because when The Rock, when Austin had his own belt, as soon as he lost the belt went back to being the classic belt. When Cena changes the belt, that thing sticks around for 10 years.
It becomes immortalized. So what's next?
Big show there. Turning on the corporation. I remember that like it was yesterday. They broke the Titantron.
I was right, wasn't I?
Yeah.
This is the one where he throws him in.
And so does the belt. Chucks the belt in. I remember watching this at the time we used to get Raw on a Friday night. Hello, gents. 12 matches. Oh, sorry, mate. We've got some comment coming in from John. Hi, John. Hello, gents. 12 matches in these pay-per-views. No, John, I don't think there was quite 12 matches on this. We had the 6-man tag with the Brood and the Ministry of Darkness. We had the hardcore match with Hardcore Holly versus Al Snow. We had the Godfather versus Goldust. The Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart versus the Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws. That was 4. Mankind versus the Big Show in a Boiler Room Brawl. That was 5. We had Triple H versus the X-Pac for 6. Undertaker versus Ken Shamrock for 7. And then Rock Austin for 8. So 8 matches in this pay-per-view, mate. But thanks for commenting. Make sure you subscribe.
There is a technicality here.
Oh, because of the pre-show, Sunday Night Heat.
Yes. Because they have 4 matches.
Yeah, we didn't watch that.
No, we didn't watch that. So it's essentially, as we said, 8.
Just watching the package here, we had Austin run over the hill with the monster truck. We've now got Austin and Rock fighting, where The Rock was going to bury Austin's championship and Austin's career.
Yeah.
And then Austin gets the smoking skull belt back until Shane McMahon hits him with a shovel. Boom.
Oosh.
So it's a rematch. Austin Rock. No holes barred. The Rock's got the smoking skull belt. Austin, WWF champion with the WWF championship. But it's all about for Austin. It's about giving him that belt. And yes, Matt Baines, that is Vince putting Stephanie in the car.
I'm just trying to see recognize the extras.
So Vince putting Stephanie safe in that limo. That limo is going to drive away with Vince after the main event.
No after effect.
Just put a pin in that for now because that's going to be important later.
Will it?
Shane McMahon. Good villain at this time, Shane McMahon, because I believed him as the, cocky, rich son.
Acting chairman. Acting chairman. I like that. The heir apparent and apparently is heard.
Go back to this point though, Matt Beans. 1999, April, May. There is no way, pun intended, there is no chance in hell you would have thought we'd have got to this point and Triple H would have been leading the company creatively and Shane McMahon wouldn't have been in sight. Madness.
Scary, isn't it?
Madness. Here comes The Rock.
And the fact that The Rock's on the board.
Yeah. That guy is on the board of directors.
That's what I mean. What is it with The Rock carrying out belts when he's not the champion?
It's a lovely belt, though. It's one I wouldn't mind adding to my collection. Just lost a bit of pizza down myself.
Okay.
Don't all laugh at once.
We're not. Shane holding up the ropes like, yeah, come on, Rock. Rock goes, I've got to do my pose.
Brock on the second rope as he enters this match.
With his unique boots.
Do you know what? Genuinely, I love those boots. What Shane telling the wait till he gets to the ring and then take this to my office. Very naughty, Shane. It's the sort of thing that might get you a smack bum. It's time for that glass to shatter. Here he comes. As we hit 2 hours, 18 minutes and 53, 54, 55 seconds on the watch along. Here comes Stone Cold Steve Austin, the WWF champion. With t-shirt on. No time for the big entrance. No time to take his ring vest off. It's just time to brawl with The Rock.
When you look back at the Attitude Era right now,
yeah,
it feels like that this lasted forever. The Rock and Austin. But when you actually look back at how long it was, you go, really?
Absolutely. Seemed much longer than it was.
Yeah.
Now, we talked on the last watch along, Matt Burns, about how, well, I convinced you, actually. I showed my work and I convinced you, and I think we're agreed now, that the Rock Austin match for WrestleMania 15 is superior not only to the WrestleMania 19 match, but also the WrestleMania 17 match as well, due to the finish. Now, I'm also going to tell you that this sequel to the original match, Backlash 99, this is better than the WrestleMania match. This is the forgotten Rock Austin gem match. In fact, I think they had 5 singles matches. as main eventers. So forget what they had for the Intercontinental title previously.
Yeah.
They had 5 matches as main eventers, and of the 5, this is probably my favorite. There was a cage match on Monday Night Raw, which was very good. The Raw after Mania 17, which was the cage match, which was very good. But again, funny finish because it had Triple H joining Steve Austin as the 2-man power trip.
Yeah.
This one, though, is fabulous. Really, really good finish on this. It's him with a fire extinguisher. It's no old
Really?
board, remember? Anything goes.
Was The Rock 26 at this time?
Pardon?
Was The Rock 26 at this time?
Yeah, he'd have been very young at this time, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Look at the level.
If you think that's scary, though, right? How long had X-Pac been in the company at this point? 5 years? Since the 1, 2, 3 kid with Razor Ramon?
It's more than that.
Because it's this is a stat. Wait till I give you this.
This is an interesting Scott statistic.
Yeah, you're getting a Scott statistic here. So, began his career in 1993, so 6 years before this, right? Like I said. And at this point, in 1999...
Go on.
You're not ready for this, Mark Burns, I'm telling you. He'd have been 21 years old when he debuted. And 27 years old on here. Now, X-Pac is out of WWF by 2003, which is 4 years later, which means X-Pac had his last WWF match at 31 years old. True story.
That's scary.
In fact, it was 2002 he finished, so he would have been younger than that. 99. He was 30, maybe 31 when he had his last match with WWF. Madness, utter madness. So I know you say The Rock's 24 at this point, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
Some of them are so young. But again, in this day, remember, if you said somebody was in their 40s, that was old. And now we've got AJ Styles, who's, I mean, I don't know how old AJ Styles is now, but nobody wants him to retire. And he's older now than Hogan was when he was in the NWO and we were calling him old.
He's 47.
AJ Styles is 47 years old, yeah. Randy Orton, 45. Older than Hogan was when he formed the NWO, and we thought he was old then.
Wow.
If Austin gets disqualified, he will lose the title. Did you hear that? An extra layer of storytelling in this match as well.
You ready for that?
Yeah, so Hogan would have been 43 when he formed the NWO.
Right.
And we thought he was old then.
How old?
AJ Styles at 47. Go on.
How old?
Yeah.
Is John Cena?
Is John Cena?
How old is John Cena?
I mean, 44. Younger than AJ Styles, I would say. Yeah. AJ Styles 47. I would say he's younger than AJ Styles.
He's older.
Really? That surprises me. How old Cena then?
48.
Oh, wow. Fair dues.
And you want to shock me even more?
What?
Cody Rhodes.
Oh, well, I know Cody Rhodes is not quite as old as Cena, but I know he's in his 40s, certainly.
Close.
How old's Cody Rhodes?
He is 39.
No, he's older than that.
Nope. He's 39.
I'm Googling that because I don't believe you, matter of fact.
Look it up. And what shocked me is his birthday as well.
June 30th, 1985.
So close to mine as well.
Why, are you 1985 as well?
87.
Ah, okay.
I'm 87 and 1 day off. Not saying which day.
And look at what he's achieved in his life, Matt Burns. What's your excuse?
I'm blaming you. Nah. I think I already blamed Vince Russo.
Yes. Listen, he's a very special bloke, Cody Rhodes. We know that, don't we?
Yeah, it's Cody Rhodes. Come on.
Done amazing things in his life. As have many of the other talents, you have to be the best of the best to get there. So anybody that makes it to WWE.
You have to wait. As one person said, you have to be the cream of the crop.
Ooh, the cream of the crop. Austin and Rock still wrestling in the guard in the entrance way. Austin just gave Rock a really hard clothesline on the concrete.
That's not an easy bump either.
And now a body slam on the concrete.
No, but the scary thing about it is right now, there's a man. Would the modern wrestling right today do this?
I mean, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, right? But other than that, no.
Yeah.
Or maybe if you watch one of our reaction videos, oh my God, you might see
current WWE.
No, you can't. This one's happening. Current WWE.
No.
I think we forget how good Austin was,
Everyone says he was just character work. He just was character work. No, he wasn't.
I mean, he was a lot better before the neck injury, and he adapted his style really well to cope with that neck injury. But even so, I mean, what a performer in terms of entertainment value. Oh, and Shane pushes Austin. Austin gets disqualified. He'll lose the title, which means that he can't put his hands on the official.
Air Rock.
Air Rock. And now they're back outside the ring again. Austin with a clothesline off the apron onto the Rock now. He's on the outside. And he starts to unpack the Spanish announce table. And do you know what, Matt Vince, while we're talking about it, these new announce tables that we've had on Raw and SmackDown, etc., I never, ever thought we were going to get another Spanish announce table bump. And then at WrestleMania, we made it happen, and I was loving it.
Especially with them unique desks.
Yeah, Reigns put them through both, didn't it? CM Punk went through one, and Seth Rollins went through the other.
Wow, it got repackaged up for a night two and got put through again. Courtesy of Braun Breaker.
Absolutely.
You got the Rock looking
this is
down.
my favourite part of the match now, Matt Burns.
Oh, I know what's coming.
As we get to 2 hours and 29 minutes and 26.
I believe I know what's coming.
28 seconds. This is my favourite part of the match. This portrays the Rock character perfectly. Overconfident. The Rock on commentary now. Jerry Lawler's cool. The Rock can speak Spanish so fluently.
I'm just wondering if the other moments is coming up.
Yeah.
He's batting back. He's batting. No.
So I think the actual concept here is that the Rock can use the Rock can't be disqualified, but Austin can. And if Austin loses the match, then
disqualification, he loses the belt.
We just got, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the.
Yeah, I remember. "26-year-old challenger." Rock was the youngest champion
Up to this point,
for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Do you know
Until Brock Lesnar.
who Orton broke one of the records first?
Yeah, Brock Lesnar first, wasn't it? And then Orton.
Was it? I thought it was the other way around.
No, Brock was the champ first. So Orton didn't win the title until Brock had left the company in 04. So Brock left the company WrestleMania 20, that was 04. And then Orton won the title from Benoit at SummerSlam 04 to become the youngest. You can have that on me.
You got me thinking now. Was he the youngest champion now?
Brock was, yeah. And then Orton was the youngest, but he was the world heavyweight champion. So although he was the youngest champion, he was the youngest world heavyweight. And this is the moment, Matt Burns, as we hit 2 hours, 32 minutes and 3, 4, 5 seconds. The Rock's grabbing that camera. The Rock's cam. And if this is a planned spot, it's the best planned spot I've ever seen.
Yeah. Definitely. It's just beautifully timed. Boom.
Oh, shit.
Boom.
To the table, almost.
However, do you know what the youngest champion overall is? Ever?
The youngest. Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. It's the little kid that won the tag titles with Braun Strowman at WrestleMania that year. Do you remember that? I can't remember his name, but it was a kid. Nicholas, yeah, wow.
Do you know how old he was?
No.
Top luck beating that record.
Like 11.
10.
10, yeah, respect.
He was 10. Right. Do you know who's in second place?
Austin Theory being the US champion.
Younger than
he's
Theory.
Very young, isn't he? Austin Theory's very young.
No. Younger than Theory he was at the time. World Tag Team Championship. He was 19 years and 6 months.
Rene Dupree.
Yeah.
Rock bottom. So Austin inadvertently knocks over Shane McMahon, and then The Rock hits the rock bottom on Steve Austin.
Denied!
And Austin kicks out, got a shoulder up. The Boy Wonder, can't believe it. I like that he called him the Boy Wonder. What do we think of the match so far then, Matt Burns? We're about
it's entertaining.
We're coming up to the final sort of finish now.
Yeah.
It's a good one, isn't it? It's underrated. Certainly better than the WrestleMania 15.
Oh, massively.
And now here's Shane lining up that belt for Austin.
Here we go. He's lined up.
What? Austin ducks and Shane takes out The Rock. 2. Gives him the birds. And this is a nice moment now.
Yep.
Vince and Shane arguing about the smoking skull belt. And
Bonk!
Nails Shane and falls over.
Oh, no. You know he swung that hard. The fact that he went over.
And The Rock hits Austin with the belt. Rock goes for the cover, but we've got no ref now. In comes Earl. 2, 3. Oh, Austin kicks out.
It's weird because it's like, right now, when you look back, you're like, Rock and Austin.
Stunner.
And then you got like Vince and Austin.
With the belt. I like that, the stunner, and then it's in with the belt. 1, 2, 3, and Austin wins. And foreshadowing what would happen later, you know, with Austin and Vince. But in a very different way. This is where the higher power thing doesn't make any sense, though, right?
Yeah.
So Vince has helped Austin remain champion.
But Vince is at least he's giving him the
gives him the smoking skull belt. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You can see the look of disdain on his face.
So Vince can just get in the limo and drive off now, can't he?
Yeah. Nothing can go wrong.
No. Stephanie's waiting for him. Happy days. Talking to them coppers.
Yeah. Minding their own business.
Oh, here comes the ministry. Go, 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 go. Wait for my dad, driver.
Hmm?
And if that isn't the most attitude error end to a pay-per-view ever, Undertaker driving the limo. Where to, Stephanie?
What is it with Taker and limousines?
Yeah,
He's always got a good one-liner. Because you got, where to, Stephanie? Right.
While that's going on, Austin's here drinking his Steve Weisers, and Vince has no idea. So imagine the next night on Raw, we have the wedding with Stephanie McMahon, the Black Wedding.
Which makes it even more weirder for the higher power.
Yeah. Because Austin comes out to save Stephanie.
That's what I mean. It's like, what?
There's a moment in time. If that reveal was different, right now the story's wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
And I know it's convoluted and it's ridiculous, and it's very of the time of the Attitude Era, and you can't rate something by today's standards. You can only rate it by the standards of the time. And at the time, listen, Ministry of Darkness, Undertaker.
Yeah,
I agree
with that. But as I was saying to you earlier, as it just decides to go off right now.
Completes. Yeah, that was great. I'll just press pause on our clock. Thanks for watching along with us.
Yeah. One thing I did notice straight away is Taker's always got a great one-liner whenever he's in a limousine, because you've got where to, Stephanie, and then you got also the other one, buckle up, Teddy.
Yeah, buckle up, Teddy.
Do you know what I mean? He's always had a good one-line. It's like,
yeah, quality, absolutely quality. Come on, then. Let's talk about Backlash then. So, let's just run through what we've watched. We watched the
Ministry of Darkness
tag. Yeah, Ministry of Darkness, Bradshaw, Farouk, and Midian versus the Brood, Christian Edge, and Gangrel. How do we feel about that?
Lukewarm startup.
Yeah, it got way too much time for me, and I think it got way too much time for what it was, and it didn't have to be the opener. That could have been the popcorn match. When I look at it now, I'm a bit disappointed that we got The Undertaker and Ken Shamrock straight before Austin and The Rock, because they were both excellent matches. That Undertaker and Ken Shamrock match could have been earlier in the card, and then we could have had a bit more rise and fall. I'd have been tempted on this show probably to have opened with Triple H and X-Pac.
You know what? That's a good call. That's a good call.
I just think that would have been a much smarter way
if you think about it, it's a backlash of Triple H turning his back on his friends.
Yeah. I do. I think that would have been a much smarter way to go.
Yeah.
We also had Al Snow with Head against Hardcore Holly for the Hardcore Championship. How do we feel about this one?
I thought that was right. Watching it at home, really good, really funny, and ahead of part of its time.
Yeah.
As a fan in the arena, I'm watching on a screen. Why am I watching on a screen?
I would have done me head in. Absolutely done me head in. But then, do you know what? I was thinking about this after, because I think I said that on Monday to you. You said it to me. And then we fast forward to now, and I think to myself, when I went to watch Clash at the Castle at the Principality, for example, in Wales, that first Clash at the Castle show, I watched a lot of it through a screen because I was that far away, So, I get it. It would have been better if the action was in the arena for you to feel.
But can you imagine if you paid like the money that we're paying now for front row seats, like $3,000 or something, and all of a sudden they're going into the back.
Do you know what? I'll add another level to this, right? Nobody bought tickets for that show to watch Al Snow versus Hardcore Holly. So I suppose that's the other side of it, right? I'm not throwing shade on those guys. Just like, let's be fair. People bought tickets to this event to see Stone Cold Steve Austin. There was only one person you were buying tickets to see in this.
Austin and Rock.
Yeah. Well, this is before Rock's ascent. People are paying tickets for Austin at this point. In 12 months, we're paying for Austin and Rock. But now, we're paying for tickets for Austin. That is what we're doing. We had the Godfather and Goldust with the Blue Meanie.
Yeah.
That was the Intercontinental Championship match.
I thought that was an interesting matchup.
Yeah, it was only short, which was probably a blessing because I don't think Godfather at that time was, ever going to give us a 20-minute classic. Goldust, quality worker, obviously had his demons over time. And the thing is with Dustin Rhodes is he's got better over time, right? So as he got older, he's got a hell of a lot better.
He's become like a fine wine.
Yeah, he just keeps getting better. Absolutely.
And I think he said that best himself. The fact is, as the years has gone on, it's sort of, you can sit there and say my body's not as good and everything, but his mind and the way he does things, it's just on a different level.
Absolutely. After that, we got the New Age Outlaws versus Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart. This was a number one contenders match on a pay-per-view. Hate that. I actually hate that. Number one contenders on a pay-per-view.
I'm fine with it as long as
that's what TV's for.
I'm fine with it as long as the tag champs are on the show.
Well, one half of them were, and that brings us to another match later in the show. But nice to see Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart, quality workers, New Age Outlaws, my favorite tag team of all time. This was tick, tick, tick for me. Really enjoyed the match. It should have been for the tag titles, is my honest opinion.
Should be.
Mankind and Big Show, Boiler Room Brawl. Thoughts on that?
Unique because it added a unique spin to Mankind.
Yeah. The second Boiler Room Brawl. You had a previous one with The Undertaker.
Yeah. It did add a unique effect to him.
Yeah.
Which was really, really interesting. But you know that the one that he did with Take was the more prominent one.
Yeah.
But I think they were able to do certain things that allowed Mankind to have an advantage on Big Show.
Yeah. I think they did Mankind versus Big Show Boiler Room Brawl, so they didn't have to do another hardcore street fight in the arena when they've already got the hardcore title and Austin versus Rock later in the night, haven't they?
Yeah, and it's too much for the arena and for the building because it's like once you've gone through smashing through most of the setup, what have you got there for the main event?
After that, we had Triple H with China defeating X-Pac in a singles match.
Yep.
Perfectly acceptable wrestling. Probably, one of the three last matches on the card are the three best matches on the card, and this one was really good, right?
Yeah, and earlier when you said you'd use this as the opening, now that's not Scott diminishing it at all. Because the first
I think in a way that's actually me putting it in a more prominent spot.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Genuinely. It's a more predominant spot. It's stand out. That would have proper got the people up and ready for it.
I agree wholeheartedly. The only
Undertaker with Paul Bearer, against Ken Shamrock.
Do you know what? This caught me off guard. I don't remember this being as good as it was previous. As good as it was when we watched it. I think the Ken Shamrock stuff's aged really well in this.
Yes.
The reverse from the choke slam into the armbar was sweet, and all the different little transitions he did into knee bars and things like that, I thought were really, really cool. Undertaker made Shamrock look really good in this when he didn't have to.
Yeah.
And yeah, for me, this was
really
well thought out.
It was well planned.
Yeah, well, if you think about the Undertaker's match at the last pay-per-view, WrestleMania, the Hell in a Cell with the Big Boss Man, this was a far superior match.
Yeah,
just in terms of work, story told, and then after finishing Shamrock off with the tombstone, Bradshaw gets in the ring and just finishes him off with that bat, putting the submission on him like the sleeper with the bat. So yeah, perfectly acceptable. Really good actually. And then finally we ended up with Austin and The Rock, which had Shane McMahon as the special ref. It was all about Austin trying to get the Smoking Skull title back. And it was really clever actually, because although Austin's the champion, he's still on the chase.
He's still on the chase for his championship version.
And Austin's always been better on the chase. So I was really, I really like this part of the story. I also think I said it earlier on, but I think this is the forgotten classic of Rock and Austin. I think this is probably their best singles match. Although it's very attitude era again, and it's very brawly, as all of them are. But I think this is their best match.
I at one point made the mistake of thinking that what they did at Backlash, they did it to WrestleMania once.
No,
it's that good. It's that good. You think it's a WrestleMania, but it's not. It's a Backlash.
And we've got all the other nonsense with the Undertaker and the Vince McMahon angle, and maybe the higher power and Stephanie McMahon, and it doesn't necessarily take away, but it's very of the time, I think.
Yeah.
So overall, I think this is a quality show. I would give this 3 bangers quite happily.
100%. And what I'm going to say to you right now is the fact that with it is bear in mind that after, do you know what the next event was?
No, not off the top of my head. I imagine it was a UK. You normally did a UK tour at this time, didn't they?
Oh,
but I don't know if we were doing. I don't know if we were doing Insurrection and Rebellion and that sort of thing yet. So I'm not sure.
Rebellion. I'm just trying to look into it now. Rebellion was 1999, but it was much later.
Yeah.
The weird thing about it. No. The weird thing about it is right now for me is the actual event was the UK first, but then is now officially on the books.
Oh, right. I know what this is then. So this is No Mercy. Funnily enough, Matt Burns, they did 2 No Mercies in 1999. The first one was a UK specific pay-per-view. Nothing exciting happened other than Jacqueline got her jugs out. And then the next, so I know what the next pay-per-view is now. The next pay-per-view is the Darkest Day in Professional Wrestling, and we won't be able to watch that back because it's Over the Edge 99. So we won't be able to watch that one back on the channel. What we might do though is just because it was the night of Owen Hart. So what we might do is just give a bit of a review on that one, and then we can we'll come back to King of the Ring, which was June. So. And both quality events, other than obviously the saddest day in wrestling, probably Over the Edge 99.
You might be shocked at this.
What?
It's there.
I didn't believe it.
I'm looking at it right now.
Over the Edge 99 or 98?
Both.
There's no way Over the Edge 99 is
genuinely, it's just shocked me myself.
Well, I'm going to have to give this a Google, Matt Burns, because that's madness.
I've literally just put it up on Netflix. I'm looking at it right now. I'm even going to give it a test play.
Oh, and they've got the thing on beforehand.
Yeah. I did not expect that. And I'm sure you didn't either.
And they've cut out the whole bit. So they've cut out even the backstage promo with Jeff Jarrett beforehand.
Yeah.
They've cut out the whole thing, and rightly so. Oh, well,
yeah.
We will do that then, Matt Burns, but we'll do it in tribute to the late, great Owen Hart, because I think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And
100%.
On that somber note, that probably brings us to a close on this watch-along and this episode of The Burning Truth.
Oh, which is going to be fun putting it together.
Yeah.
But it might take a bit of time. I will apologize just in advance, just in case.
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us on this. Obviously, Monday when we started recording, I wasn't feeling too great. So hands up, this is my fault. But so we're sorry the podcast will come out late this week. But if you've been watching live, thanks for watching. And again, if you can help us get to 1,000 subscribers just below on YouTube, that's what we're looking to do. So please like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share it with your friends.
Show us some love.
Hey, yeah, show us some love. It costs nothing to do. It's free to do. So please help us out and make a couple of guys' dreams come true.
Love it. But anyway, most importantly, as we just said, because we're trying to reach that 1,000 subscribers. But honestly, until next time, stay fired up, stay passionate, and remember DFTBA, which in case you didn't know what it means don't forget to be awesome.
www.theburningtruthuk.com